amazing women in my book club. You know, just like the connection that we have kind of like built within that club, like it's so genuine. Hi babes, and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Imana, and today we are going to be doing a monthly motivations. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, it's gonna be a little bit different. There was just some things that like I just really wanted to get off my chest, and I felt like this would be the best video to do it in, since it is like a new month. You know, this is supposed to be like a motivational video, like get us ready for the month, get us inspired and happy. But today I really wanted to just talk about like some things that I'm learning in my 20s while being on social media. And like when I say while being on social media in, I guess, like an influential light in a way. In my eyes, I'm just a regular girl that's just sharing my life, documenting my life on social media. But even with that, there still comes the good, the bad, the ugly. So those are just some things that I had wanted to talk about today. So if you are thinking about maybe like turning yourself into like a social media influencer, or if you are posting like more of your life and you're getting, you know, comments and things like that, and maybe you don't really know how to navigate, or even if you're just like living your own regular life and you have maybe like family or friends that, you know, are kind of like maybe sharing some things with you that you think are maybe a little bit bad, a little bit ugly, and maybe you don't really know how to deal with them. That's kind of what this video is going to be for. So just some things that I'm learning overall. But before we get into it, I do want to go ahead and do my subby shout out, because I am so appreciative of all of the sweet babes who have just come and supported, you know, left like nice encouraging comments and things like that, even like hit me up on Instagram and stuff. So I just want to go ahead and like, you know, just show you guys that I appreciate you. So I have 3 subby shout outs. The first one goes out to Cindy El Blah. The second one goes out to Kayla M. And the third one goes out to Brianna Nicole. Miss Brianna, I know that you had wanted to see maybe like some of the inserts. I actually won't be showing any of those in this video, but I did have it written down. I actually need to go and pick up some more ink for my printer. So it's coming, babe, it's coming. But I did just want to go on ahead and say thank you so much for subscribing and for commenting. I really do appreciate it, just like so many of you others. If you haven't already, then definitely go on ahead and subscribe so you can join the family. But if you're anyone who's like me, it typically takes me about 2 or 3 videos to go on ahead and subscribe to someone's channel. So I'll have a video here for you, and right here for you. And after you watch 1 or all 3 of those videos, hopefully you'll go on ahead and subscribe and join the family. So now let's just go on ahead and hop right into it. But before we do, I know that I'm going to probably get a few questions about my hair. I feel like by the time you guys see this video, I would have already posted my reel up on Instagram. So you can definitely go over there and check it out. But I will say that I just used perm rods for this. And in my eyes, it was pretty heatless. I didn't use like any setting lotion. I didn't sit under the dryer for a whole bunch of time. I really just washed my hair, blow dried my hair, tossed the perm rods in, let it sit in overnight, and this is how it came out. So it's really fluffy, very soft. I don't expect for these curls to stay like a week or 2, again, because I didn't sit up under the dryer or anything. But I'll keep you posted on Instagram. So now let's just go on ahead and get right into it. The good, the bad, the ugly. What am I learning? So some things that I will say that I do like about social media, and some things that like I've learned that it's like, okay, like without social media, I don't think that I would have been afforded this opportunity or met these people. So I do like the ability to just kind of like network right here. The whole reason as to why I even started my YouTube channel and, you know, just kind of like branding myself differently on Instagram was because I wanted to meet more like-minded people. I'm in my 20s. I moved to Atlanta. I don't have any family here. I do have a few friends, but like not all of my friends are into bags or into glasses or into fashion in the way that I am. So I wanted to meet more like-minded women, who were interested, who could like hold conversations and things like that, you know, like give me words of wisdom and, you know, different websites to look at and things like that. And so I found that, and I really appreciated that, and I love that. So if you move to a new city, maybe you're at a new school or whatever the case may be, and you're wanting to like meet new people, I do think that like having a YouTube channel will give you that way of kind of like meeting like-minded people, because for the most part, you would hope that if they're watching your videos, commenting on their videos, then they like what you're putting out. but that's also not always the case. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But you would hope that like they have a common interest in what you're putting out. I have also met some amazing women in my book club. So I started my book club over on Instagram. And so I meet with them, you know, at least once a week. And, you know, just like the connection that we have kind of like built within that club, like it's so genuine and it's so nice. Like I've been able to meet some other sorors in there, and you know, like the ages vary, so you know, we're learning from each other, different perspectives and things like that. And it's something that I truly look forward to. I never even really thought that I would start a book club or that anybody would expect for me to start a book club, but when I did, it was honestly so much fun. And it's like that's how you get to meet people in this day and age, like, you know, with us being remote and things like that. Like I don't go into the office and things like that. And honestly, I even keep my personal and professional life pretty separate. So even if I were going into the office, I don't really know that I would go in with the intention on making like best friends or anything like that. But, you know, with being on social media and stuff, like that's how you get to meet people. And I don't mean like, you know, meet like weird people or creepy people. I mean, those people do come along, but for the most part, you know, I've met some really genuine people on social media, and I'm so grateful like for those relationships. So those are like some of the good things. Not only that, I've gotten to work with some amazing brands. Delu is probably, you know, like one of my favorite, like with my glasses and all that other stuff. I'm even venturing into jewelry a little bit, which is not something that I would have done on my own. Another good thing about social media is like I've learned that I like press-on nails now. So I was never really the type of person that took doing my nails or getting my nails done into a big way, but with the type of like content that I produce and, you know, showing you guys the bags, my hands are very much in the videos. And so I had learned a while ago that like maybe I should invest in press-ons, and now I absolutely love that. That's something that I learned about myself that I don't think that I would have really learned had I not, you know, been on social media or whatever. I also see like a bunch of ads for nails. And so now it's something that like I really enjoy. So I will say that like I am able to learn a little bit more about myself and what I like and what I don't like just from being on social media. Which brings me into kind of like the bad and ugly part of social media. So some of the challenges with just kind of like being on social media is you start to understand why some influencers are the way that they are. I now understand why some influencers may not go through their comment section. They may not respond back to people. They may not respond back to DMs. I understand why, you know, in some of their videos, maybe sometimes they can be a little spicy or whatever. It's like, I understand that. And it's like nobody who like genuinely wants to be on this platform had the intentions of being on this platform and not engaging with people or not getting to know people or not being friendly. I think that it is some people that come on the app and they start to comment and they're rude and they're mean. And, you know, that's part of the bad and ugly is that, you know, you get people that come on here and they really just share their thoughts and opinions freely, no filter. They don't care about how what they're saying is going to affect somebody else, which I personally think is just really unfortunate. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's fair, and you can't control it. The only way that you can control it is if you turn the comments off. And honestly, that was even something that I had contemplated on, just turning my comments completely off on certain videos. But the reason why I don't think I'm going to do that is because it doesn't allow me to be able to engage with the people who genuinely do want to come here and have a conversation or whatever. Like, that's the whole point of the community, right? So it's just like, you know, you have to really have like some thick skin. So it's like, if you are thinking of starting a YouTube channel or whatever, a TikTok, an Instagram, I would say that like you have to have really thick skin. And it's so funny because I believe somebody had DM'd me last week and they were a mom and they were saying, you know, that their teenagers had wanted to start a YouTube channel or they wanted to, you know, start Instagram or whatever. I didn't reply back to her just yet because I myself was not in a good mental space to really give her the right information that she needed to maybe guide her children on that. But I would honestly say I don't think that it's a good idea for teenagers to have a social media account like a YouTube channel or whatever the case may be, unless they do have a parent to be able to monitor it. And the reason I say that is because even at the age that I'm at, I'm still a little bit sensitive. So when people, not a little, I'm lying, I'm a lot sensitive. So I think when people like comment their rude comments or whatever, it can be very hurtful. So like I said, like you have to have a really thick skin to be able to read that and to just kind of like let it roll off your shoulders. Like even myself, like I will post a video. Depending on the type of video that I post, I will sometimes give myself maybe 2 or 3 days to mentally prepare myself to just go through the comment section. And, you know, even when I was like getting up one morning and I was going to like pick some subby shout outs and I was like, okay, like I'm going to respond. The first thing that I saw was a negative comment. And it wasn't like a 2-3 word negative comment. It was like a whole paragraph of just negativity and rudeness, which is crazy to me because even in the description box, I put, you know, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, then pretty much don't comment at all. And it was like they didn't even read it, they didn't even care, or maybe they did, and they still said they're just gonna comment their comment or whatever. So I do think that like if you have a younger child who wants to start social media, they may think that it's annoying or it's overbearing if you are monitoring their comment section. I actually wish that I had somebody monitoring my comment section before I went to go look at the comments, because they can be quite rude. They can, you know, deteriorate your self-esteem or whatever. And it's not just on my page that I see that. I have followed some other like influencers on Instagram, and, you know, some people will try to like make a joke out of it, you know, try to make it humorous, but it's like, it's not funny. It's actually really hurtful. So it's just like, those are some of the negatives that come about with being on social media, even in your 20s. And in your 20s, you know, sometimes some girls, we can be a little spicy and we can clap back, we can comment back, and we can be just as rude and nasty and disrespectful. I, however, am not one of them. I am one of the ones that I will look at the comment, I might cry. It may ruin my entire day. And, you know, I think I'm now getting to a place where if I see a rude comment, I'm just automatically deleting it. You know, it's like, it's not good for my self-esteem. It's not good for my mental health, you know, to see that. And like, I was raised to where like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. A lot of other people were not raised that way. So if you are wanting to start social media, I do not suggest, you know, clapping back, being nasty in the comments or anything like that. Now, some people make money off of that because other people find it humorous. And some people will comment like rude things just to get a reaction out of, you know, the person. And, you know, some people, you know, they may find that funny or may find it humorous. Personally, I don't. So it's like, I don't respond back to that. So it can be a little bit challenging. But the one thing that I do want to encourage is that if you truly have a gift that you want to share it. You know what I mean? And like by share it, I mean, you share it and you share it with pride and you be happy about it. Like, for me, like, I love bags. I even was telling my friend today, I was like, I just saw this comment and I was like, you know, it makes me not even want to share my love for bags anymore. Like, I don't even want to do it anymore, you know, but it's just like, I can't let that one person determine what it is that I post on my social media, you know, but what I can do is I can control seeing their post. I can block them. I can restrict them, you know, I can delete the comment. But I can't control what people are going to post. And I don't think that it's fair to punish everyone and turn my comment section off just because, you know, of the rude comments that do come through. So that's kind of like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, you know, some of the things that I'm learning, you know, you just kind of have to learn how to deal with it. So even if you're at work or you're at home or you have a family member or a friend or whatever, you know, maybe this month, if you're noticing that you're around people who are not bringing the best out of you, you know, maybe you have to give it a break. I do that a lot of the times, you know, like I think the last week in February, I just got off Instagram. I just stopped posting because I needed a mental break. You know, I commend those influencers that post literally every single day. I couldn't do it. I think it's a lot and it's mentally draining. And also I just felt that maybe my followers were getting tired of seeing me post every single day. So, you know, I took a break. But, you know, if you're noticing that you're having people in your life that are just draining your happiness and things like that, you know, take a break from them. Take a week, see how you feel, journal it out, replace them with something else that's good. I replaced social media with reading, and I actually got through 2 books in 1 week, 1 book in less than 48 hours. You know, it was just so much better, and it was so relaxing. You know, I didn't have to worry about somebody saying something rude or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of like my biggest suggestion. If you notice that there's something in your life that is taking up that happy space, pause it, take it out, replace it with something else. And if you're a teenager or whatever, and you're watching this and maybe you're thinking it's your parents, you kind of can't really pause your parents or block your parents out. But I think that as parents, if you notice that like your kids are just not happy or there's something wrong, you know, instead of maybe like accusing them, maybe just ask them what's going on, or just maybe do something nice for them. They may not even know why you're doing something nice for them, but maybe just do something nice for them, something that they're not even expecting, and just say, you know, I've been your age one time. I can't say that I know exactly what you're going through, because at the end of the day, sometimes parents don't know what it is that we're going through, but they don't want to admit that. And, you know, they just say like, I've been your age before, but it's different. You've been my age before, but you haven't been my age with social media the way that it is. You haven't been my age with like, you know, the people that I go to high school with and things like that. So yes, there's a lot of similarities, but the small differences make like a huge difference. So I would just say like, if you are like a teenager or whatever, and maybe you are thinking like my parents are the problem, but go about it in a respectful way of just saying like, hey, like, I just kind of need some space, or like, hey, like, I don't like the conversation that we had the other day. Like, can we talk about it without it becoming an argument? And the reason why I'm even bringing up like parents and children and stuff is because in one of the books that I was reading, it was called 7 Days in June. One of the biggest like lessons that I got from that was that children are really, really wise. And in that book, the daughter was only 12, but she was extremely wise. She was, you know, giving advice to her mom, and her mom was taking it as like, you know, I'm not your friend, don't be disrespectful type thing. But a lot of times kids will tell adults what it is that they don't want to hear. But if they heard it from their friend, you know, they may be a little bit more acceptable to it. So that's why I say, you know, like as parents, either one, you could definitely pick up that book. It's called 7 Days in June, and it's really, really good. Or 2, you know, maybe just like listen to them or whatever the case may be. But I hope that this video just kind of like helps someone. Definitely comment in the comment section down below, maybe some goals that you have for the month of March. I have not even come up with my goals just yet, just because I felt that like this was more important than sharing, you know, my accomplishments and all that other stuff. But if you have had some accomplishments this month, definitely share them down in the comment section down below. I hope that you all have a great week, and I will see you babes in the next one.